this is still the Panoramic Trail. This is still section 10. Hello and welcome to another great day here in Switzerland. We're going to tackle segment 10 of the Alpine Panorama Trail. We're in the city of Zug. This is Lake Zug, or Zucker See. We've seen video last week of the hike up here at Zuckerberg. Of course, it was summertime. It's wintertime now, as you can see. We got Mount Rigi, this peak, great long view of the Alps. Today's hike is the longest of the entire Alpine Panorama Trail. And like segment 6, it's really kind of broken into two completely different hikes. The first half is along Lake Zug. We're going around, all the way around, straight across toward Mount Pilatus. That's the tall peak in the background right here. That, in fact, is the end of today's hike, is the foot of Mount Pilatus, which is where Lucerne is. So we're going to hike all the way around the lake till we get to this foothill. And then we're going to walk up the foothill, across the ridge of the foothill, mostly on the southern side, until we get into the city of Lucerne. It's quite a long hike. It's 29 kilometers, about 18 miles. I'm actually going to break it into two. We have such a great day today. That's, you know, 50-50 in the wintertime. It's December. Coming into the town of Cham. Still got these great views. The sun is still out. There's a castle right here. You'll see there's a peninsula of land. You can see the tower of the main house, but there's actually a fortification tower far out on the peninsula there. Cham is a town, an area that goes back 6,000 years. Settlements along here, 6,000 years. Now that's some history. I guess people have always liked this view. I assume 6,000 years ago is more life and death situations rather than leisurely views, but the lake gives somewhat some temperature protections, obviously fish, and some plant life, some protection. There's wildlife obviously around here. Anyway, I'm just guessing at stuff, but I'll open up again and talk more about Cham in just a sec. I don't know how you could do this hike in one day. I'm glad I'm breaking it into two because I just want to sit. It's taken me like an hour and a half to go 2 miles. These views are incredible, so take my word for it. Maybe break this into 2 different days, because you know, you want a picnic, you want to sit back and have some time to enjoy this. And if you're here in the summer, you can go swimming. We are just entering Cham. Look at this place. That is medieval. Holy cow. Well, as I remember it, this is as good as it can get right here in terms of views and interaction with the lake. The small river goes up into town. I'll walk over there next to see some of the old buildings, the old town here. A good looking corner of the country. But to go through that many chapters of world history, amazing. So clearly the old town in Cham is going to be pretty substantial. Not necessarily big, but authentic. About as authentic as any town can be. So we're looking at the central cathedral here in in Cham. That is the Catholic Church of Saint Jacob. We got the main river coming off the lake here, and they've done a spectacular job of modernizing this beautiful space. Getting a lot of good 360 content here. The ducks swimming upstream. Well, I have had come as a sleepy town. This is anything but a sleepy town. In fact, I can't even find Old Town. This is about as old as I can find. So I have to reevaluate. I guess another reason to spend this segment and split it into two, because I'm spending I hope I can find my way to the train station and beyond. All right, I'm leaving home, and completely new respect, despite our troll garden here. I definitely wanted to turn on during this troll garden. Well, you know, people have wanted to live here for 6,000 years. It only makes sense with this view that people would want to continue to live here. Major population boom, building boom. This sleepy town that I thought it was is not. It's modern and happening. Seems like a special high point for a quick 360. If you have an opportunity, spin around. We are halfway between here and there. Here being calm and Buenos being the next town. All right, I have stumbled into something just insanely beautiful. This drive, this moss is so perfect on the sides here, and then you make the turn and you get this. Heck, I'd be a farmer if I could live here. Coming into Buenos, and it just seems like a good time to turn it on. The hike has been, you know, almost completely flat until now. Now we're getting into this undulation. And the rest of the hike, which is up here along that ridge line, we're just going up and down and up and down. This is definitely a hike to split into two. I've had the best time just exploring this area. It's just been so wonderful. I mean, behind me there's another one of these just perfect Swiss farm buildings. The one with the orange roof, if you're spinning around closest to the lake. All right, so if you are cutting the hike into two, as I am, we're going to go into Buenos, and then we're going to go straight into Veracruz, and then tomorrow take the train back into Veracruz and just head straight for the ridge line. In all, I think it adds about a kilometer of walk, but you're split between 2 days. All right, so out on the peninsula there is one of the castles that we're supposed to look at. I haven't the faintest idea how to get there. The path goes this way, so that may be more of a car thing. Don't forget to subscribe. So far I have gone 8 miles. We're gonna go about 8. Gee, I'm gonna say getting into Veracruz, it's gonna be closer to 9 miles in 4 hours. So that's what splitting it in half does. It's still 4 hours and 9 miles. Right, look at that. I feel like I've pulled the rug out or tricked everybody here. This is still the Panoramic Trail. This is still section 10. And the only difference is that we're a week later and a foot of snow, and it's morning time. Look at this. This is just so awesome. All right, so Lake Zug is down in here. Straight across is Waldspitz, and section 9, we walked on the other side of Waldspitz up over, starting at Unterageri. We walked around Zug. The first half of 10 was Zug and around Lake Zug. And then I just, down here, you can't really see over the edge, but I cut this in half, which is totally okay. 95% of this hike, 98% of this hike is going to be right on trail, and everything's going to be as directed, but you got to make the hike your own. And I'm hiking in the wintertime, so I can't be putting in the days that I normally would, and I can't hit altitudes that I normally would. And we're looking straight across at the end of Lake Zug underneath these dramatic, wonderful clouds. The pointing mountain just to the right of Waldspitz is Große Meer, which we have video of and you've seen. Straight across is Mount Rigi. And if we cut across down here, of course, we're going to be just going right along. This is part of, over on this side is now part of Lake Lucerne, again underneath the clouds, and we're going to get more of these shots as the day progresses. I have ascended from below the clouds 1,200 feet. Okay, so that'll tell you 400 meters from the valley to get through the clouds and on top of them. Much better view of Pilatus in front. That's where we're headed. That's Lucerne. The base, this side base of Pilatus. There should be, well, it's probably about 4 peaks there, but 2 of those peaks are Jungfrau and Eiger. Kind of right above that power line tower. Welcome back, Alpine Panorama Trail, section 10. We are approaching Lucerne. I mean, still got another hour and a half. This valley here is really one that is not approached by very many people. So the main train is on the other side in the valley that's by Rotkreuz, that obviously we took the train in for the second half of section 10, and that's where everything between Zurich and Lucerne runs. Now, we had a Christmas market in Rapperswil. I just love it. It's on Lake Zurich, down at the bottom, kind of at the kink, and we've got Christmas film on it, so Christmas market film. So go back and watch that, because there's some great history there. But we took a train from Lucerne on a track that I've never taken before. Super excited. We came out of Lucerne and we went on the lakefront side. So this ridge that's in front of me here, Lake Lucerne is in front of that, and that's what the clouds are over. So even that rare track, train track, that's on the other side. So this valley here is just really not visited very much. Pretty good view. So we took the train around here underneath where the clouds are now. We went down to Arth Gulden, that twin city train station, where that's where everything going south out of Zurich goes, and that is staging for the Gotthard Tunnel, which is behind Rigi and straight back that way. And then we went up toward Einsiedeln and the Rottenham Moor, which we walked through. Section 9, I believe. Section 8. And it was so cool to take the train through. We were going, well, if you remember the film from that section, there was a train that went through. And that goes north-south. And we were walking east-west. So the point of all this is, you're not coming here. You're not seeing this view unless you're taking Route 3 Alpine Panorama Trail. So I'm glad that you joined me today, and that's why I turned on the camera here. So Lake Lucerne, in other sections I've called it kind of an H or a shoehorn, a horseshoe, sorry. That's really not correct. Lake Lucerne is actually a couple of different lakes put together, and depending on where you are, it's also, I gotta believe, it looks like a dragon. And I say that because if you look at the Pilatus logo, the Pilatus logo is a dragon. And if you put that dragon up against a map, they are very similar looking. Now I have a Lucerne, for those of you who are really into these 360 hikes that we're doing. If you go over to Hike 360 VR, and get the hikes that I have with Ryan in the States, my GoPro backpack, I have 2 pins on the GoPro backpack. One is Indiana Dunes, which is just a great place to go. Love it in the summer, love it in the winter. It's a fantastic snowshoe place. And I have got the Lucerne Dragon. So if you want to go back to the Hike 360 videos where I'm wearing my GoPro black backpack, there are 2 pins. You can zoom in. That's it. We've got some great mountains here. We got moon. I turned it on because I have no idea how the moon's going to come out on this. On the camera, you know, I don't know how to get the settings. There's, you know, obviously a very specific way to get your settings. I don't know that. So we'll see how the camera picks up the moon over Mount Rigi. I'm on a golf course, and these guys are up here. They're plowing snow off of the green. Right, we are coming into Lucerne. This is I don't know which church this is. Sorry, got spooked. There's a lot of action behind me there. All right, here we have Lake Lucerne. Holy cow. So the city of Lucerne is to the right. We got a boat coming into sight. It comes on down, it goes to the right, it goes to the left, and it goes straight, making the head of the dragon and the wings, the arms. All right, super big surprise for me. I didn't know the trail hit the lakefront this quickly. I absolutely love this walk. In fact, I'm sure I have film of this walk as part of my Lucerne film. You know, this is so early. I'm filming this in December, and I did that film in the summertime. If you don't do the panoramic trail, perfectly fine. Obviously, this is to give you a taste of Switzerland. And if you do get here and you come into Lucerne and you only have a day or two, do this walk to the Transportation Museum and then take the boat back. It is spectacular. It is well worth it. In front of me, behind you, if you spin around, are the casino and hotel. It's kind of the very ritzy part of town. Along the lakefront are some restaurants. They might be part of the casino or part of the hotel, but you can eat out there. Highly recommend on a nice day to grab a meal and an apéro if you're so inclined, and just sit and look at your mountains, because it's one of the best views really in the world. To just sit there and spend an hour. Ready. So I'm going to be at 11 miles for the second half, and about 4.5 hours for the second half. Now that was with snow, but obviously the distance is still the same. And thanks for tuning in. I turned off just because of the people. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. This has been section 10 of the Alpine Panorama Trail. I've said that like 1,000 times. Make sure you download high quality, and if you have goggles, this is a good time to use them. Spin around. At the sunset is Pilatus. We got Bergenstock right in front of me, the higher one, and then below the moon is Rigi. The end of another fine day here in Switzerland. How close, fast that goes down.